For today's food adventure, gagawa ako ng isang putaheng siguradong magtatawag ng gutom ng mga food explorers, ang Goat Birria. At makakasama ko pa ang farmer at vlogger na si Maki Moto.
Birria is a Mexican dish na kadalasan naantulad sa barbacoa, which is yung pinaka-main difference nila. Pag sinabi mong birria is actually braised meat. And originally, talagang ginagamit nila for this dish is yung karne ng kambing. So, pag umorder ka ng birria sa isang taco bar, ito yung medyo crispy, yung kanyang corn tortilla. So, gagawa lang tayo ng same concept using yung ating goat. So, madali lang yung pinaka-proseso. Ang pinakamatagal lang dito is yung pagpapalambot ng karne. Goat legs, and I specifically wanted to use yung ating goat neck for this dish. We'll be using different types of dried herbs. So we have here rosemary, dried oregano. Meron din tayong bay leaves dyan. We have paprika and chili powder. Tapos yung ating aromatics. Then yung ating salt and pepper. And then, yung ating tubig. So once na mapalambot na natin yung karne ng ating kambing, mapalamig ng kaunti para ma-handle natin siya, kailangan natin siyang i-shred. So okay na yung ating meat, na-shred na natin siya. And then another component ng birria when you're serving it like the traditional way is always have consomme on the side. So yung pinagpakuluan natin, basically yung pinaka-stock is itatabi lang natin, and yun din yung gagamitin natin pang-tosta doon sa ating corn tortilla. We will be dipping yung ating corn tortilla doon sa ating consomme para maging pliable na siya. And then, we stuff it with our meat.
Alam kong natatakam na kayo mga food explorers. Kaya naman ready na tayong ipatikim kay Maki ang mga putaheng inihanda natin. Ang kinulob na bibe at ang goat birria.
Please, mga ginoo, mga binibini, mga ginang, inyo pong tikman at ating pagsaluhan yung inyong mga alaga dito.
So the benjarong, benja is meaning 5. Rong is we used to call a Chinaware. And this is a unique Chinaware was created, invented in Thailand. And when we talk about this kind of unique ware, of course food is come with it. So benjarong is a name that's been selected by Dusit. And benjarong now become a unique restaurant for all the Dusit brands. Personally, I know Dusit since I was young. And it's an honor to be in Dusit and also to lead the benjarong kitchen.
Sa linggo-linggo nating paglalakbay para makahanap ng bagong lugar kung saan may masarap na pwedeng food trip destination, sa Davao tayo dinala ng ating mga paa at dito may isang food establishment na nag-o-offer ng legit Thai food experience gamit ang mga local ingredients. Lasang-lasa mo ang Thai flavors dahil ang kanilang chef ay isang Thai national. At ang kanyang masasarap na putahe ay matitikman sa Benjarong Bar and Restaurant sa Dusit Thani, Davao.
When the young kids in Thailand, you start with the drinking and you make this you call pollutant. Right. And they said, I make better. So I try out to learn it professionally. So I put myself as a trainee start as a steward and become a cook. For us as a chef and come from Thailand, we want to be able to showcase our food.
All right.
And we want to influence people to know it's not just only the food that is supposed to be tasty, it also should be that it's good for your body.
Okay.
Right? So how to make other nationality to eat our food, we have to adapt to wherever we go. And of course, if you talk about Benjerong in Davao and Benjerong in Manila, it's completely big different.
Yeah.
Benjerong in Manila, Chef Ja, she's doing a great job. And don't forget, there's already like 18 years of experience in
Right.
Philippines. And we are just a baby or elementary. So a big
Yeah.
gap. And of course, we need to understand what is the local looking for.
So basically, the vision here is to provide a Thai experience
Yes.
through your food,
Yes.
but not necessarily pushing with the authenticity part, especially when the purists would come after us
Yeah.
saying that for you to say a cuisine is authentic, you have to source the ingredients
Yeah.
where the cuisine is from.
Yeah.
So that's basically where you tweak the idea. So Benjerong is a Thai experience with Filipino ingredients.
In different places, it's different requirement for the customer. And here, my majority of customer are more family oriented. So the table is quite big, and the food it should be good for sharing, and the taste should be somehow authentic.
With the flavors of Filipinos bringing in Thai cuisine, were there any challenges that you faced?
The challenge could be the spicy level. They cannot take the spicy level the same that we used to do, but that's not the big deal. The big deal is that sometimes the herbs that we put on the plate, except like coriander,
Yeah.
or
Not
kaffir
everyone is
rice,
bringing-
or lemongrass that we eat raw. They will like cook, or vegetable that we eat raw, they like it to be cooked.
Okay.
So I have to try to think and stimulate which dish they would respond well. Like papaya salad.
Papaya
right?
salad is-
Everything is raw. There's three different regions. Here would be a northeast of Thailand,
Okay.
where papaya salad. So this will go along with papaya
With
salad.
papaya salad. All right.
And you will have the sauce here. These are common. It's made from tamarind and roasted rice and
Okay.
herbs. And this one, I'm using the local mango, the ripe mango, to make
Oh.
a sweet and sour sauce.
The tamarind sauce is
Yeah.
the bomb, man.
Yeah.
Another thing that is very common here in the Philippines, but we don't utilize it like this.
Yeah.
For tamarind, especially the ripe ones, we'd either just make it sweet so that we can snack on them.
Yeah.
We don't use it as condiment. I guess that's one of the examples that I'm stressing out so that we can learn how to expound on the available all the usage that we do, on the available ingredients that we have. And even like the mango dip that you have here, we don't do that as often. I'm just stressing out on points that we as a Filipino, especially myself as a culinary artist, that we can adapt. Because the philosophy of your flavors, of your cuisine is something that we can definitely also copy in a way, so as to elevate or to transform the Filipino dining experience.
Habang napapasarap ang kwentuhan namin ni Chef Pia, ay hindi ko maaaring palampasing matikman ang mga nagsasarapang mga putaheng iniluluto niya para sa mga bumibisita dito sa Benjerong Bar and Restaurant.
Similar to laksa, most people here know laksa. But khao soi kai also is a very long history, and mostly in the north of Thailand. So it's khao soi mean rice being cut. So we used to call this noodle as a cut rice. And it comes with similar to a curry, with the crispy noodles, with the chickens, and of course there's a condiment of lime and chilies combined with it. The correct translation is shrimp, kung, pat is stir fry, prick is chili, clear is salt, so very straightforward. So shrimp stir fry with chili and salt, and of course with a little bit of seasoning. And you cannot go wrong with spring onion, coriander. So that's how basic ingredients of Thailand, and fried garlic, of course. Different presentation, different key of ingredients. Because me also, I responsible, and actually I love everywhere I go. I like to support the local farmer. So there's a lot of good farmer who produce a heirloom vegetable, produce cheeses, and it would be weird for people to know the Thai food, to collaborate with the cheeses, but that is gonna happen soon.
Para sa mga certified coffee lovers out there, nako, merong isang coffee shop sa Little Baguio dito sa San Juan na siguradong gugustuhin yung dayuhin dahil hindi lang kape ang kanilang ino-offer. Maaari din kayong mag-crash course para maging mas malalim pa ang inyong kaalaman tungkol sa kape. Dito yan matatagpuan sa Cherries to Cup Coffee Solution.
We're here in our showroom. This is Cherries to Cup Coffee Solutions. Nandito yung Jack meets Caldi. So yung Jack meets Caldi, it's more on promoting specialty coffee. Meaning niya is we are jack of all trades in terms of coffee because we do everything in terms of coffee.
Nagulat ako, ganun pala yung itsura ng mga latte school. Yung mga ganyan na parang pag gusto mo mag-training bilang barista. And mas lalo kong na-appreciate yung fact na ang mahal mag-coffee. So parang kailangan talaga seryosohin mo siya. Hindi lang basta parang okay, makagawa ka lang ng coffee pero nandyan yung parang ano siya pag-aaral pa rin talaga siya. Nandyan yung kailangan aalamin mo talaga yung core kung ano nga ba yung kape, kung paano pinoproseso, kung paano mag-grade din. So, ang dami palang factors. At nakakatuwa kasi very informative yung mga tao dito, si Sir Rusty at saka si Sir Mark. Kasi tinutulungan nila ako, willing to help and share the information about coffee, yung mga machine din na kailangan ko, at kung saan ako magandang magsimula.
Pinapaliwalag nga namin yung what is specialty coffee, like yung what Mark said na yung coffee is a fruit. So parang narinig ko, is first time mo narinig yun.
Yes, oo.
Lahat ng mga tao hindi aware.
Kasi alam ko, coffee ay, ano, yung, lalo na yung bean, wala, buto lang siya.
Oh, exactly.
Diba?
Oh, pero hindi mo alam kung saan galing buto.
Hindi
tama.
ko alam.
Yung
Wow.
cherry kasi yan. Coffee cherry kasi yan.
Wow,
Kaya siya
I
tinawag
learned
na-
something new today.
Kahit sino ay maaaring mag-enroll sa Philippine Latte Art Academy dahil ang layunin nila dito ay ma-educate ang mga tao tungkol sa kahalagahan ng kape. At bilang isang certified coffee lover, si Shaira na ang bahalang lumasap para ma-share sa atin ang coffee experience na meron sa cafe na ito.
Every day, every morning, kapag nasa work na ako sa unang hirit, automatic yan, magko-coffee na ako. Pero pag umaga, mas gusto ko kasi na hot. So, black lang din yung tinitake ko. As in, pure black, walang creamer, walang sugar. Black lang talaga. And then, kapag hapon na, yan na, gusto ko na yung mga latte, iced latte, mga caramel macchiato. So, ngayon, ang ititikman naman natin ay itong kanilang cafe latte na hot. So, ayan, kita nyo naman, may latte art po tayo dito na pagkaganda-ganda. Minsan, ayokong inumin kasi sayang yung design. Pero sige, tikman natin. Oh, wow. Perfect sa akin. Yung gantong lasa ng coffee. Hindi matapang, parang nasa gitna lang, hindi rin matamis. At saka, ang ginamit palang coffee dito ay Catimor beans na from Lanao del Sur. Parang kung ayaw nyo ng masyadong bitter na latte sa umaga, perfect ito para sa inyo. Sarap. Ay, ayun na pala yung next coffee ko.
Yes.
Ano po ito, Sir
This
Mark?
is a V60 from Pink Nancy in Benguet.
Para akong experiment sa lahat. Pero nakakaano siya ha, parang nakakaengganyo siya pag nakita mo to. Ay, ano ba yun? So mga curious kang tikman. So okay, let's pour over. Okay, yung amoy niya medyo matapang. Maybe because dahil water lang yung kasama niya, yung nakamix. Wow! Wow! I'm shocked. Kasi yung amoy niya matapang, pero yung taste niya, masarap. Hindi bitter, hindi parang sunog, hindi siya parang dark roast. Medium lang din siya, just like yung nauna kong tinikman. Ang sarap. So ito yung parang freshly brewed na parang Americano, na pwedeng i-iced Americano. Parang ganun yung dating niya sa akin kasi kayang-kaya ko siyang straighten kasi hindi siya mapait. O, diba? Na-straight ko. Masarap siya, ha? From Benguet. So, local tong mga beans na tinatry natin ngayon. Food explorers. At ang ganda nito. Good idea to sa mga may business ng coffee shop. Lakas ng dating, ha? Food Explorers, nakikita niyo ba tong painting sa likod ko? Yan ay yung cherry. At itong nasa harap ko, yung cascara.
Cascara, that's the interesting one kasi instead na itapon ng mga farmers yung mga balat ng kape, we did something to dry it meticulously and we create a cascara or cascara tea na tinatawag. Sa ibang bansa, sikat na to. Dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa masyado because of usually yung mga skin lang na ginagamit dito is yung mga highest grading coffees sa ibang bansa, like the Geisha variety. So, dito sa Pilipinas, the variety that we have here, we tried, we had this result na masarap naman. So, we launched it and natulungan namin yung mga ibang farmers. Yung basura, naging product pa, parang gano'n.
Ang sarap niya ha. Malasa siya, hindi masyadong matapang yung lasa. 'Di ba usually ibang tsaa medyo may tapang, pero ito masarap. And then nalaman ko rin na itong cascara ay balat ng cherry. So kunyari pumitas ka ng cherry, yung buto nun, yun yung ginagawang coffee. Yun yung pinaprocess na coffee. And then yung balat, ito yung ginagawa nilang tsaa. So imbis na itapon yung balat, napapakinabangan pa nila. Para siyang cherry nga. Parang may pagka-grapes na parang cherry yung lasa niya. Kaya masarap. Suwabe lang din siya. Smooth lang yung kapag nilasahan mo siya hanggang sa lunukin mo, malalasahan mo yung fruit. So naniniwala ako na fruit na nga siya.
So, yung horchata naman, that's a Mexican drink na sumisikat din dito sa Pilipinas. Pero basically, dito sa Pilipinas, yung traditional na drink natin or yung pinapainom sa mga babies, yung na tinatawag. So, rice milk. Actually, rice lang siya na pinakuluan tapos nilagyan ng cinnamon and condensed milk.
Oh, masarap. Malalasahan mo nga yung rice. In fairness. Sakto lang. Tapos meron din pala siyang may halo din siyang espresso. Yung pinaka-beans niya ay galing sa Bukidnon. Ito yung Robusta. So may espresso siya plus yung horchata nga. Hawak ko na ang ating last drink at ito yung tinatawag na Finca Cano. Ito pong proseso na ginawa dito ay tinatawag na cold drip. Kasi kanina nakita ko yung parang kung saan siya nagdidrip. Sabi nila 7 to 8 hours po na nagdidrip continuously yung kape. At ang gamit po nilang beans dito ay Arabica from Lanao del Sur. Again, local products po. At kung mapapansin nyo guys, tingnan nyo, iba yung yellow. Iba yung nasa loob ng glass ko kasi ito yung tinatawag na whiskey stones. Kasi iniiwasan daw po nila na kapag nilagay natin yung kape, ayan, pag pinor na natin siya, syempre pag yellow po ay matutunaw, di ba? So may iba yung lasa. So ayaw na naman natin mabawasan yung lasa nung coffee, di ba? So yan, para hindi matunaw yung yellow, kaya ito, whiskey stones po ang ginagamit natin. Ngayon, tikman na natin. Ooh. Wow! Yung mga mahilig sa cold brew, oh my gosh. Masarap siya, swabe lang din. Alam nyo guys, hindi ko siya maano talaga kasi masarap swabe talaga. Kaya parang nasa speechless ako kasi ngayon ko lang na-appreciate ng mga ganito. 7 to 8 hours siyang dinidrip. So, ganito yung lasa niya. Yummy.
To follow us on Facebook and Instagram, we have Jack and the First Crack Coffee Roasters, Jack Meets Caldi, Lap BJA, and Philippine Latte Art Academy.
Sige, Nikki, go! Welcome to Farm to Table.
Hello po.
Siyempre, pinaka-best way para i-welcome ang isang guest, pakainin, di ba? Do you agree?
Of course.
At yun yung gagawin natin. Pinakikilala ko sa'yo ang ating drop sa ruleta. Sige, Nikki, go!
I was like, this chicken and then grilled kasi that's the first thing I saw. And then I really love grilled food also.
So, steam tayo.
Fish!
Nikki, pag isda, ano naman yung flavors or combinations ang naiisip mo na tingin mo pasok doon sa steam natin na dish?
Hindi ko pa sure ano yun, pero yung like brown sauce, diba?
Okay. So yung parang sa mga Chinese restaurant. Alright. Sige, akong bahala sa'yo. Pero, before yan, samahan mo muna ako mga lengke.
Okay, first time ko.
First time mo rin?
First time.
Alright, tara! Pero maraming magandang palengke ng Cebu. Ba't hindi mo binisita yun? Inin.
Maybe next time with you?
Pwede. So we have here Talakitok, boss?
Maliputo, sir.
Maliputo, since nandito.
Yan yung
Okay.
sa Taal.
Pag nasa Taal Lake, ang tawag sa kanya is Maliputo. Okay? Pero kapag sa dagat, siya ay Talakitok.
Yun ang gusto ko, chef.
Ayun yung gusto mo.
Yung joke lang.
Pag kaya mong ubusin.
Uy!
Ito, Maliputo rin to, sir, o Juan?
Talakitok na po.
Talakitok na to, di ba?
Yan yung dapat.
So ito yung, hindi pa to full size ha. May ilalaki pa yung talakitok. So I think ito yung perfect size para sa ating Maliputo. White fish siya, so I'm pretty sure, I'm confident na magugustuhan mo siya. Babayaran na natin. Ayan. Fresh na fresh yung Maliputo natin at ayon sa ating Rap sa Ruleta, esteemed yung cooking process na gagawin natin. So ito, ready na yung ating steamer. Yung ating Maliputo na nilinis na ni Kuya kanina. And then konting salt lang. Medyo aalalayan lang natin kasi yung pinaka-sauce natin is soy-based. So nilalagyan lang natin to ng timpla sa loob para hindi masyadong bland yung karne ng ating isda. Ganun lang kasimple. Lagay na natin sa ating steamer and so sa steam lang natin to ng mga around 15 to 20 minutes and that's more than enough time para i-prepare naman yung ibang components ng ating dish. For our sauce, so basically we're just gonna add in some cornstarch. So gagawa lang tayo ng pinaka-glaze natin. And then we'll just add in oyster sauce. Dagdagan lang din natin ng pepper. Luto na. Pwede tayo mag-serve kay Nikki. Ito lang naman yung sinerve ko or prepare ko for you.
Ooh.
So that's your steamed Maliputo with our soy glaze.
Favorite ko talaga yung sauce in any food. Like,
Talaga?
I need sauce in any food.
So ikaw yung isa sa mga mahilig kumain na hindi gaganahan unless may
Unless may sauce.
may sarasa. Iyayabang ko sa'yo yung pagkaka-steam ng fish natin. See how perfectly
soft.
cooked
Oh.
yung ating fish?
Hindi talaga ako mahilig ng isda. So when it landed on fish, I was like, oh no! Pero now na I tried chef's fish, talaga like, I think it changed my whole perspective. So starting now, I'm gonna try more fish na. Yung sauce, so good yung sauce.